Now you wonder why I talk about agriculture. It's not because I can't see anything but agrarianism. Listen, the wealth of the world comes from the things men dig out of the ground. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. The wealth of the world comes from the things men dig out of the ground. That's where it comes from. And if you don't have a healthy agricultural section in your county, you don't have a healthy economy. You can't have. And the reason we have the problems in this country that we have with our economy, the reason that we've become the slaves of debt and we do unreal things like passing electrons back and forth between us now is because of federal government policy towards agriculture. Listen, every dollar the farmer makes, you know what it becomes in circulation? $7. $7. And if the farmer doesn't make $1, that's $7 that never circulate. So that is the beginning. There will be a multiplier effect. When you buy food from your local farmer, he's going to go down and he's going to buy things to produce that food, and that money is going to start to circulate in this county. And all of a sudden, you're going to see little businesses popping up. The cobbler's going to return. There'll be a hardware store. All of these things will come back that have disappeared. Eventually, you're going to need a community currency, especially if we get into a hyperinflationary situation. At that point, there is a legal form of money that we can introduce that is stable and sound, and that is gold and silver coin. Eventually, you must get away from their money. You understand what Federal Reserve notes do to you. The person who has the power to issue money created out of nothing will eventually own the entire country and all the people in it. That's what their money does to you. And that's why they don't want you to use silver and gold. Now, I don't want anybody to tell me that we can't do this because there's stuff we can't do locally. Man, there's all kinds of stuff we can't do locally. You heard Michael say this the other day, and I'll tell you the same thing. But I've got 4 computers in my office. One is a Mac. We'll talk about that. But the 3 PCs that I've got, one is a Dell, one is an IBM, and one is a Seth Ingram Special. Seth Ingram, my friend from Georgia, said, "I can build a computer for you cheaper than that." And he did. He built it about 50%, about 30% cheaper than I could have bought it. And it's the only one that doesn't give me trouble right now. Okay? I hate the word Yankee ingenuity. They've stolen that from us too. Think in terms of cracker ingenuity. Think in terms of Southern ingenuity. Because there is nothing that can be done that we cannot do. We have to invest in each other. This is where I was talking about taking risks. It's a lot harder to invest in your neighbor's business who lives next door to you, knowing that you're going to have to keep his nose to the grindstone, than it is to take your money and deposit in the bank and they send it off to Citibank or somewhere else to invest in mortgage-backed security. It's a lot harder. The return is a lot greater, and you cut out the middleman. We have to keep our money local. And I want to tell you something. I don't want anybody to go out here and say, well, what he said was we're supposed to decapitalize ourselves for our neighbors in a vain attempt to restart a local economy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real wealth. I'm talking about doing the right thing and prospering at the same time. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to get people to listen. It's not going to be easy. You will have to work. You will have to work particularly hard to get others to listen. You will have to say the same thing over and over and over. And you are, in the end, not offering any kind of panacea or quick cure. You are offering nothing but toil and blood and sweat and tears. But you're also offering hope. And here's something else. You're offering them a plan that will work. And what they have now does not work. You're offering them a plan that will build lasting prosperity and economic justice. And it will make the League of the South the leader of the Southern people, and secession the only logical choice. This is not a catastrophe. This is the opportunity of the century and the opportunity of our lifetime. And if you miss it, there won't be none. And the disaster will be that there will be crazies and socialists and totalitarians who come in with their panaceas, and they will take over what is left of our country. So, Southerner, strike! Strike! And strike again. Work, and by the grace of God, we will rebuild our country, and we will win our independence. God save the South.